All right, now there is the last part here is the discriminant. Now the discriminant, you should recognize b squared minus 4ac. And that is, when we do our formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, we are looking at the inside of the square root. So I want to write something down here. When the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, when we get a positive number, and then in my videos I told you this several times, if you get a positive number, you get two solutions. I don't know how to spell solutions, apparently. Solutions. So when we get a positive number, like 121, or 37, or 8, or 72, we got two solutions. If you get a negative thing, a negative number, and I just mentioned this, but if you get a negative square root, there's no way you can do that. It's impossible. So you have zero solutions. So if you get a positive number, you get two solutions. If you get a negative number, a negative discriminant, you get zero solutions. And if you get a zero discriminant, if you get a zero on the inside, so you think you can look at C for that, then you're going to get one solution. So again, I'll repeat that. If the inside is a positive number, great, we're going to get two answers. If it's a negative number, can't do it, zero answers. And if it's zero, you get one solution. Again, if you get a positive number, two answers. If you get a negative number, no answers. And if you get a zero, then we're going to get one answer. So I'm going to erase this. And we'll just do these three questions. It just says, look at the discriminant and tell me how many answers. Doesn't even ask for what are the answers. Just tell me what are the answers. So I'm going to write A is 3, B is 4, and C is negative 2. So we could put it into the whole formula, but we're just looking at the discriminant, b squared minus 4 times a times c. Remember, that would have been inside the square root, so I'm going to write that symbol. B is going to be 4 squared. B squared is 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is negative 2. So 4 squared is 16 minus 4 times 3 times, so 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times negative 2 is negative 24. There's two negative symbols here. That'll become a positive. So I'll have 16 plus 24 is going to be 40. So really, you got the square root of 40. But the discriminant is 40. It is a positive number. Therefore, we're going to have two solutions. Whenever you have a positive square root, okay, that's nice. We're going to have two solutions. So you can put that. You don't need to do the square root symbol, but if you wanted to, you could just as a reminder. Square root of 40, okay, that's a positive number. That works. Two solutions. Now A is done. B is going to have our A value is negative 4. Our B value is positive 4. And our C value is negative 1. So we'll use the b squared minus 4ac. Remember, that's inside the square root, but we don't need to write that technically. B squared is 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is negative 4, times c, which is negative 1. So be careful. Look, we got three negative symbols in a row. So we're going to get a negative number. So 16 squared is going to, 4 squared is 16, sorry, minus 4 times negative 4. So what is this? 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Negative 16 times negative 1 is a positive 16. So three negative symbols ended up leaving me with a negative. 16 minus 16 is 0. So really I have the square root of 0. Now what happens when you have 0? Well, if you have 0, that is 0, right? We have 0. Therefore, we're going to get one solution. And if you wanted to write down as an example, you can look at example C. I think we did example C. Got one answer. This, however, is example A, B, D, E, and F. All of those had two answers. And we had none that'll get us no solutions, which is probably this one. A is going to be 5, B is going to be -10, and C is going to be 20. So b squared minus 4 times a times c. Now what's b squared? -10 squared minus 4 times a, which is 5, times c, which is 20. So -10 squared is positive 100, minus 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 20 is 400, which gets me a -300. Now remember, this would have been inside a square root. You cannot take the square root. It is a negative number. You cannot take the square root of a negative number. Therefore, you have 0 solutions. So this is just a quick way to see how many answers we're going to get. It's not as important for me because I want to know what are the actual answers. But it's good to know that you could do this cheating method to indicate how many answers you'll have. But there you go.